Welcome to Funky Leg Series in Warrior Training. We're going to strengthen your, mostly, hamstrings, glutes, calves, shins, all about your legs, funky feet, and flexibility after that. Enjoy.
All right, welcome back to another Warrior Training class. Yeah, we're going to try to funk it up today. Let's have some fun. We'll start in horsey. So separate your feet about 4 feet distance apart, heels in a straight line. And we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Enjoy.
All right, lean back a little bit, stomach in. Chest up, shoulders down away from your ears. All right, come up on your toes. Heels up into the air.
Hip hop. Make sure your knees are not turning in too much. And try and keep a little bit of a pelvic tilt so you can stretch your spine up straight.
Last 10 seconds. Heels up a little bit higher, sit down a little bit lower. And change. Slowly come down and rest in squat. Relax, relax, relax. Don't worry about the shape of your spine too much. Concentrating more on the hip area. Lower spine, sacrum.
If you have trouble with balance, you can always bring your arms forward. That's going to make it easier.
Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change and reset. Not so wide this time. Move at your own pace. And we're going to start together here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. All right, listen carefully. Come up on your right side toes and lift your left side toes off the floor. Funky. Woo. Takes extra concentration, coordination, balance. It's okay to wobble a little bit, shake. Right, keep thinking. Right heel up, left toes up. You're doing good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Slowly come down. It's supposed to be challenging. It could take a few classes for the brain to get used to the off-center, right? It's not symmetrical, this one. It's off-center, so have some patience with yourself. Relax your pelvic floor. Relax your hips. Last 10. And take it away.
All right, let's go. Go one more horsey. Funky horsey. I love this one. Makes me concentrate more. Let's start together in 3, 2, 1. First, get set up. Stabilize yourself. Stretch your spine up. Sit lower. Maybe your thighs and hamstrings are burning already. And we're going to go funky. Left heel up. Right toes up. So you're going to have to push a little bit more to the left side to make sure this is possible. If you're wobbling around, just try even more to go inwards with your gaze. 10. You can do this. Breathe.
Shaking is good.
2, 1. And relax. In, squat. Choose your distance. And try and relax. Stretch your lower spine. We're still compressing the blood flow in your hip flexors. You might even feel it in your shins now. Tibialis anterior. Since we went up on the toes. Relax your neck. And we have 10 more.
Kuching. Kuching, kuching, kuching.
Change. Okay, beautiful. So lay down wherever you are. If you have a block, that would be good to use. And if not, you can always do this without the block. We're going to use block just for some little bit intensifying of the movement. First, lay down. And have your feet close to your hips for bridge pose. But instead of doing bridge, I'm going to do funky bridge. So bring the block, if you have one, between your knees. You can also take a water bottle or something like that. Take a deep breath. And lift your hips up as high as possible. For now, we're just going to go into a back bend. And bring your right heel up and your left toes up. So, funky bridge, same thing as we just did now. I think you're going to agree that horsey was way more harder in funky position than bridge. So, good opportunity to learn to do this. Keep breathing. Lift up a little higher. Relax your arms and shoulders. Just lift the hips. Push down. Left heel. Right ball of the foot. Squeeze the block. Keep breathing. Good stuff. Squeeze. Lift. 10. Squeeze, lift, and relax. Stay with the block between your knees or thighs and rest with your feet flat. Talk about focus. I have 1 million ants around me. Loving it. That's the extra challenge you need sometimes. Okay. Let's do the other side. You want to do the last funky?
All right. Take a deep breath. Lift your hips up. Hold it. All right. Come up on your left side toes. Lift your right foot toes up off the floor. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Contract your glute muscles tight. Left heel up higher. Right toes towards your right shin bone, as high as you can. Cramp the muscles on the front of the right shin. Last 10. Left heel up. Right toes to your shin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Relax. Keep your knees bent. Rock your sacrum back and forth a couple times. Release some pressure from your spine.
Oof.
Feel the burn. Keep the pressure.
All right. You can take the block out, right?
Take the block away. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Right foot up. Right ankle, right heel on top of the left knee. Take a deep breath. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Contract your right glute muscle and bring the right knee down. Level the hips as much as you can. Left hip, right hip parallel to the floor. Don't mind us squirming on the floor. We're just taking care of these ants. Feel the whole left foot on the floor. Feel the 5 toes of the left foot. Feel the left heel. Feel the left out step. Feel the left in step. And push your left foot into the floor. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Bring the right knee down a little bit further. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Change. Slowly come down. You can stay and rest in the original position, or you can gently let your knees fall towards the left side of your body and rest in a half spine twist.
So you don't change the position of your foot, and you just bring the legs to the side. Left side.
It's not an active spine twist. Don't be using any effort or any energy to twist the spine or the hips. Just try to relax. Get ready for the next set.
So many.
Last 10 seconds. And change. Come back to center. Switch it up. Jorina will take it away.
All right, left foot. Flex the left foot. So toes to your shin. And bring your left ankle to the outside of your right thigh just above the knee. And then rearrange your shoulders, relax your arms, take a deep breath, and lift your hips. We're on. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Keep flexing that foot. Get a nice extra glute turn on from this position. It's a beautiful hip opener in an active bridge position. Now, as usual, you have the possibility of going straight spine or more back bend. So either you're going to pull the chest to your chin and try and lift your hips up as high as possible, or you push the abdomen down while lifting your hips as high as possible. It'll be looking different, but the feeling is similar for lifting the hips as high as possible. Choose one of the positions and then go with that. 3, 2, squeeze, 1, and relax. Good. Bring the bum down and move your legs over to this side. You can just lay in a resting position anytime. You want to change it, it's fine. It's just our funky adjustment for the bridge rest. Relax your spine. Relax your face. And breathe calm.
We're going to do 2 more. Have a couple more good breaths. We did funky feet with the block in between the knees. And now that we're towards the end of the exercise, the end of the mini series, we'll repeat the same 2 exercises, but we'll do it without the block in between the knees. Change, come back into center. Bring your feet back on towards the ground. Place your feet about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches apart. Get your hips close to your bum. Take a deep breath. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Hold it. And again, right heel up as high as you can. Flex your left foot in towards, toes in towards your shin bone. Funky feet.
Now choose that spine position, up or straight, but clear distinction.
Halfway. This is good for the brain. Keep sending the message from the brain to the body. Right heel up, left toes towards your left shin. Right heel up, left toes towards your left shin. Breathe. 5. Change, relax. Feet flat on the floor, hips back to the floor. Rock your sacrum a couple times.
All right, prepare yourself for the second side. Your feet, knees still same hip width apart. Take a deep breath and lift your hips up as high as possible. You can wiggle your shoulders together, but then bring your arms and shoulders in a relaxed position. Lift up your left heel
and lift up your right toes. Now concentrate. Push the left ball of the foot down more. Feel the left calf and the left hamstring. Push your right heel down more. Feel the right shin and the right hamstring and glute. Take a deep breath. Now push both down more. Lift the hips. Another 15, you can do this. Keep breathing. Keep the knees in. Don't turn them out. One more time. Push the ball, left foot. Heel, right foot down more. Lifting the chest. And change. Relax slowly down to the ground. And we're going to bring your feet together and open the knees and stay in butterfly for one more moment. We'll even you out with one more butterfly bridge. And I like the spine straight position bridges, so we're going to do that one for now. If you don't like it, you can change it. But if you don't like it because you're weak in it, you should do it. Ready? Okay, your feet soles to stay together. We're going to take a deep breath and lift the hips as high as possible. Again, your arms are not doing anything. Now, you can choose whether your heels stay on the floor with the soles together or the balls of the foot push down to the ground. And the heels are up, but they're together. Open the knees, lift the hips. Open the knees, lift the hips. Keep breathing. Stay with it. Strong mind, strong body. Lift. Breathe, push. Again, your hamstrings are allowed to be activated. They're the target. Lift, open the knees one more time. Hips up, stay, squeeze, breathe, and lower down. Relax. You can wiggle a little bit. Good. And we're going to stretch you out with a little bit more yin. So lengthen your legs for a moment. Why don't we do a slow sit up? Bring your arms up over your head. And very gently, as slow as possibly, with the heels on the floor, lift your body up. Reach for the toes. Exhale, round in. Touch your knees. Okay. You want to do the yin. So many hands. Me? Okay. All right. So we're going to do... Hey, why don't we do this? You're sitting like this. Maybe we just use that block again. So this is totally optional. You can do this without the block. We've both been doing this a lot though, and maybe that is nice for you. I like it a lot. So we're going to bring the block forward and we're going to bring it in a horizontal line, not in a vertical. And you're going to bring your feet a little bit more further away. It's not a normal butterfly. It's more like Tadasana. And you want to give yourself a little bit of room there. Okay, so we're going to start a little bit active and then we're going to relax into it. Okay, take a deep breath and with the exhale, slowly come forward. Now, this might be looking very different for you. That doesn't matter. The only thing matters is you feel something. Mostly that's not the problem. I like the block because I can hold on to the block now without having any strain. Try to lengthen your spine and then come down more. If you want to round from the beginning and that's comfortable for you, go ahead. If you have a lot of pain in your IT band area, you'd rather want to go for a lengthening and then resting And then we stay and breathe. You don't have to pull anymore. This is just for the beginning. Now, eventually you want to relax. If you cannot touch your forehead, you can also make a little position with your fists. Anything that supports you, that'll make that a little bit more comfortable. Play with the distance and then rest. Not the most popular pose. Most people not too excited about external hip rotation in relaxation, unless you are very hippie. If it comes easy to you, you're going to enjoy this, and if it's very hard for you, you'll need it. So both ways is good to do. Relax your lower back, your jaw, your pelvic floor. Change. You want to keep going? You can do straddle.
All right, right leg back, left leg forward, pigeon.
Okay.
Take your time. Find a nice, comfortable position. You can use some muscles at the beginning. After you get in a good position, try to relax the muscles as much as you can. When you relax the muscles, if you roll a little bit to the left or to the right, that's okay.
Mine's in my ears. You know, you can play a little bit with this. And usually in yoga, when we do active pigeon, everyone always wants you to keep that hip on the floor. Maybe you want to play around a little bit with lifting the hip off the floor and lengthening the body a little bit more. It will stretch more into your psoas sacrum area. And if you turn completely over, it'll be stretching more into the glute. Do whatever feels good for you.
We're often trying to find stillness in these postures. Right? Stillness is a good quality to cultivate. But it's also nice sometimes. You can give yourself just a nice little rock as well. You know, it's nothing too aggressive, nothing too strong. It's a very gentle little rock, but it can feel fabulous in the hip joint. Rock yourself as long as it feels good. And if you've had enough, you can just relax and rest in stillness. Last 10. Change, slowly make your way up. Push through your hands, left leg back. Walk it out. Keep your left leg back. Bring your right leg forward. And relax.
Take time. Relaxation cannot be forced. You can't force yourself into a posture and then expect relaxation. It's almost to allow yourself to space out a little bit. Opposite of concentration.
If it feels good, rock through the hip a little bit. It's a very subtle movement. Last 10. Slowly come up. We're going to do 2 more exercises. All right, we did a lot of stuff on the heels and the toes with the funky feet. So push through your hands, right leg back. Take a moment, walk it out a little bit. And then come up and we're going to set up for a toe squat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can have your feet together touching, or you can separate the feet a couple of inches, a few centimeters. Come up on your 10 toes. Tuck the 10 toes under. Bring both knees onto the ground. You can use your fingers to help tuck the toes into position. Be gentle with your knees and ankles. Lean back as far as you can. Feel the stretch through the bottom of the feet.
I like it.
This is my favorite pose. One of. Didn't start that way. It was one of my least favorite poses. Now I love it. It can hurt like hell for a while at the beginning, but then it becomes extremely pleasurable. All right, last 10.
It's probably a very good preventative exercise for plantar fasciitis.
Change. Slowly come forward. Take a moment. Tap the toes if it feels good. All right, so we just finished toe squat, stretching the bottom of the feet. And Jorina's going to take us through one to get the opposite side of the feet. A little bit of a ankle stretch.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I knew it was her favorite. So one of my favorite and Jorina's favorite.
Basically, I think it's the easiest to bring your feet together and knees together to start, but you can always open your knees if that is any reason of, pain. Discomfort is there anyway, so don't think about discomfort so much. Lean back basically as much as you can towards your toes. Now, a lot of people will be somewhere here. Depends on your ankle mobility. But just go up with the knees as much as possible. You can keep the fingertips pushing into the floor if you need to, or if you can find balance. You can hold your knees, or you can bring your arms forward. Whatever it is, just feel the stretch on the top of your feet. It goes from literally the end of the shin bone all the way into your toe tips. And there's always two possibilities of having too much tension in your foot. One is underneath the foot, which you will feel when you push it into, and one is on the top of your foot. When your toes start to curl up like that, you need this stretch. Okay? Ten more seconds. Yeah, you're far down.
It's maximum though at the moment. Hey, nobody ever looks the same.
It doesn't matter either. Change.
We all have a different body. It's supposed to be that way.
On my straddle and we go.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So separate your legs. It does not have to be a side split, so don't make it that. It's a yin posture. A lot of people struggle with the pelvic tilt. So just from the beginning, try and lift a little bit up out of your hips, and then just lean forward. If this is all you can do, that's fine, right? And you'll see over time, if you stay there 10 minutes, you will probably be down more. More importantly, that you're not going to be uncomfortable. Try and stretch this part. So we've got the adductors and the hamstrings that we have been working on. And if that's not possible, you can bring a block underneath your hips, under your butt. And that'll allow you to lean a bit better forward. You can always choose a block for underneath your hip as well, or your hands. I am choosing the block for the hands. It's not making the yin posture less effective. Keep breathing and relax. Let's see if we can coordinate the breathing a little bit into your pelvic floor. Because pelvic breathing is so important for relaxation. So try to inhale all the way into your pelvic floor. You don't have to inhale deeply. I am saying to move your breath with your attention down to your pelvis, to your pelvic floor. And with the exhale, try and relax a little bit more. Very beneficial posture for all. We carry too much tension in our pelvic floor usually. Through wrong breathing patterns in the diaphragm, the pelvic floor changes too, because it's attached to the diaphragm in breathing. One more minute.
I like to wiggle the feet a little bit, just for a couple seconds, or wiggle the 10 toes, 3, 4, 5 times, and relax.
All right, that'll be the end of our funky legs. And you can choose any other of the mini series, or you make up your own for the rest of your practice. Or maybe that's all you had today. That's always better than nothing. Anything to add?
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.